What's going on? What's up, people? We back with another art video. I know, finally. I've been doing a whole bunch of other shit, but you know, now I'm gonna try to get back to doing more of these tutorials, probably once every 2 weeks. I'm just gonna keep it realistic. So with this video, this has been a long time coming. You guys been asking for a skin tutorial, a full-fledged skin tutorial where I show you guys my markers, my techniques to do the whole process and highlights and shit like that. So I think this is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys my tricks, what type of markers I'm using step by step. So let me start with the first marker I'm going to use so you guys can follow along.
All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up.
First marker I'm going to use is blush, aka R20 for you COPIC users, pale fruit pink, aka E000. I'm gonna put the probably the numbers at the bottom of the screen too so you guys can see it. All right, fuck it. Fruit pink, aka EOOO. These are gonna be the main colors that I'm gonna be using for my base, and that's it. So I'm gonna show you guys my step-by-step tutorial. It's gonna be pretty quick because we're not working with too much. So yeah, let's hit it. All right, guys. So as you can see, I got my picture right here. This only took me roughly maybe 30 minutes to do, so don't judge my line work, okay? It's not perfect. As you can see, I got rim right here. I just chose rim because that was the first thing that came to my mind, so, and plus it gets you guys familiar with it too. So yeah, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna start off with the shadow portions first. We're gonna use blush, which is the R20, like I said in the beginning. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put that, let me just mark this for you. We're gonna put that in the shadow areas, like underneath the neck. But first things first, we gotta figure out our light source. I want the light source to come from this way. That way, which means that everything on this side is going to be highlighted. It's going to be bright right here, bright right here, bright right here, and possibly bright right here, because underneath the, yeah, like the chest area is going to be a little bit dark. And then this is going to be bright right here as well, and bright right here, with some contour shadows and some under shadows coming underneath. That's how you get your skin to look a little bit more glossy. So we're going to have it coming right there, and possibly have some highlights in the middle of the leg right there. So let's get started with that. We're going to try to put some, we're going to start with the R20 first and get the corner parts first, the obvious shadows, which is this. There we go. Seemed like a good spot to start. Now, if you guys follow me and watch my live streams, you guys will see me start in the same spot every time when I start my pictures. I always start underneath the neck first, because that's the obvious area where the shadows are going to be at. And then I tend to form my my style and the locations of my shadows based off of that. It's kind of like putting a puzzle together that you can't really see being finished at first, but once you put down more pieces, you start to see the full picture. I say this all the time. So we're going to do it right here. And because her arm is very, very close to her face, it's going to be a shadow portion right here too as well. So we're going to put shadows right there. Shadow right there. And you want to put a shadow between the right in the middle of the hair, and probably underneath here too as well. And we can add some rosy cheeks too. Add some rosy cheeks. There we go. All right, so now we're gonna add some shadows right there behind her head. And let's go down. like I said before, underneath here is definitely gonna have a shadow, so we're gonna do this. I don't know where that fucking dot came from, but that shit is annoying the fuck out of me. But we're just gonna have to deal with it. And we're gonna put a shadow right here underneath here. And the reason why we're gonna keep this light is because this part right here is gonna be highlighted. It's like an oval. It's bumping up, and that's where the bone is. You know, the pelvic bone. So that needs to be light. I could probably put a small little undershadow right there because that line is blocking it. So that can be a shadow right there. We know this is gonna be a shadow underneath here. That's common sense because the legs are coming inward. So 9 times out of 10, you're using your common sense brain to try to figure out exactly where these shadows go to. Get the obvious areas out the way, and then as you go through and you start doing more and more, you will start to figure out where the not obvious places where the shadows are going to be at. And that's what make your pictures look a little bit better. So what I normally like to do, and this is what gives my pictures a little bit more pizzazz, besides just the obvious areas, right? When you have a light source, especially when you're using shadows. Now this is why I want to use this on before we add on any more color. This is called a contour shadow. A contour shadow happens where light meets and dark begins. So what's going to happen is there's going to be a light source back here. That's going to be kind of like a little sliver of light right there. But what we're going to do to basically try to emphasize that light is we're going to put a dark portion, which is right here. Go down here too as well. These are called contour shadows. This is what happens when light meets dark. I can get crazier with it, but I'm not going to do that for this tutorial. I want to keep it simple, but let me just show you this first. This contour shadows is going to make it pop and make it pizzazz a little bit. Put the place up. Warm my face up. Why you doing all that? Thought you was my wife, but you stabbed me in the back. Stabbed me in the back. Of course, underneath there is going to be dark with the contour, not the contour, the highlight being right there too. So we're going to leave that alone. Now I'm going to do up here too as well. And right here. And we should be good to cook. Yep, we good to go. Okay, so now once we finish with this, we can put the R20 up, but we're gonna come back to it anyway once we finish doing all this, highlight work. So we're gonna put that down for right now. Now we're gonna start with the EOOO, and this is the pale fruit pink. This is gonna be our base color that we're gonna use for the entire picture. So we're gonna start off up here. Now, because I said where the light source is coming from, it's coming from this way. So I'm gonna leave a sliver of light right here. I'm gonna let the paper do the work for it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go right here and basically stop right there. Let's see if you guys can see it. I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna leave that blank. Bring it all the way down here. Making sure it's consistent. I'm gonna do the same thing with the face too. I'm gonna leave a sliver of light. Kind of right there. That part is gonna be brighter than the rest of the face. So I'm gonna leave that right there. And I'm gonna get underneath the neck. Now this part is gonna be bright right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave this light. I'm gonna probably connect the shadows right there. Bring it upward. Put the place up. There we go. Yep, and because the light source is coming from this way, this part is going to be light right here too as well. So I'm going to leave this part blank. Watch this. Gotta roll up and now see you from afar, got my thoughts in the sky where we used to kiss, sunshine, shit, and why you gotta call me every day, pretend you my baby. I see more real out there lately, it's crazy. Yeah, we could be the same as we claim. Probably gonna add a highlight in the middle. So I'm planning this out as I go. I'm gonna leave that sliver white right here. And we already know that underneath the arms is going to be completely shadowed, so we're going to connect this all together right here. Yep, connect all this together. Probably go over in this area to make it a little bit darker. I'm liking that. Okay, so now for underneath here. This part is going to be light, so I can basically shadow this in until we get to right there. And that's going to be good. Now I just added that. That wasn't planned. That's going to happen to you a lot. Like, you're going to see things as you go. You're going to be like, I could probably leave that right there as it is. And that's something just not planned. I didn't even think about that until I saw it. So we're going to leave it just like that, and we're going to keep this part bright, just like I said before. We're going to shadow this in, and we're probably going to bring it all the way to the middle portion right there where it's going to be a highlight. This part is going to be a highlight. Gotta roll up and now see you from afar, got my thoughts in the sky where we used to kiss, sunshine, shit, and why you gotta. There we go, bring all that up, close that gap.
be the same as we claim in this kingdom shit and keep it tank. Come on, baby, girl, we not the same.
Take my big portion because it's a big area. And I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna leave the middle part because I want the middle part to be the brightest. Even though I went over it with the marker, you still can tell that this part is like a highlight. So we're gonna leave that there. Turn your paper too. Remember, like I said in my last videos, make sure you turn your paper so you can get different angles and stuff. It's very important. Now pay attention where I'm making highlights at.
Put the place up. Put my face up. Why you doing all that? Thought you was my wife, but you slapped me in the back. Slapped me in the back.
There we go, smooth that out. I'm gonna keep that highlight right there, but I'm probably gonna go over it one more time with this very lightly. So it kind of looks like this portion right there. I'm gonna keep that highlight right there. And keep a sliver, because the skin folds right there as the skin touches. Because it's coming towards it, you know, it's basically bending. So that highlight is gonna be the main portion that's gonna be bright. So that's this portion right there. And there we go. I think that's pretty much it for the base. But you know, oh wait, I did say I was gonna go over it. I'm gonna go over it one time, very lightly. I got the big portion right there. That's it. That's all I'm doing. Now, see what you could do to make it more vibrant is go over it one more time with the blush, the R20, and we're gonna go over the exact areas we did the first time. And just press down a little harder.
Come on, baby girl, we're not the same. Two different speeds, but we keep it one lane. Yeah, what goes around comes around. Keep 100, y'all. Do this for my soul like a dawn. Put the stereo on. Put your hands in the air, we'll be alright. Oh, yeah. You keep messing up my mind, but I love your style. You know I put the place up. Put my face up.
Well, alrighty. I think we're done with this. I think it's pretty self-explanatory because if you guys do be watching my live streams, you guys be seeing the same steps I do all the time. But I wanted to go a little bit more in depth to show you guys exactly what I do to map out my skin. Now, this was very, very quick. If it was a longer picture, I would do a lot more detail, like adding blues on the skin, like the shadow portions of the skin, like adding pinks, adding purples, and all that type of stuff, you know, to get the skin to look more vibrant. But for beginners and for a start off point, I think that you using just 3 colors, which is mainly the blush, the pale fruit pink, which is the EOOO, and the fruit pink. Stick with these 3 colors, you should be fine. Once you perfect these colors, then you can move on to other colors, to, you know, to different browns, to different purples, pinks, and try to infuse that into your colors in your base to get the skin to look perfect. I think this is good for right now. Well, there you have it. I hope you guys found this informative. I hope you found it helpful. I know it's very quick. I do this shit all the time, so I really don't, be thinking of a way to prolong it and make it longer. But I didn't want to, add too much depth on something that didn't need depth. This really don't need depth. I used three colors total, and I just went over the first one twice, and then I add my base for the second time. It's very simple. If you guys want me to go more in depth with those blue tones, that type of stuff, let me know, but I will advise you to stick with this set first, especially if you're a beginner and you just starting off with COPICs, you're trying to learn how to do skin and stuff. This is a good way to practice, and this is a good way to keep it simple. So stick with this. If you guys want an advanced set, I'll bring that to you. But for right now, stick with this. I think this is very helpful for beginners right now. But yeah, that's all I got for today. Let me know in the comments if you guys want me to finish this picture and post it and stuff like that. But yeah, that's all I got for you right now. You guys have a good one.